Hello everybody, it's Ocelot, and welcome to the continuation and conclusion of our full game build guide for the Grave Scythe featuring the Stormcaller AoW. If you missed part 1, there's a link on the top right of your screen and in the description. There's also a link to the setup guide for early game upgrade material and runes. Picking up the action here near the Avenue Balcony side of Grace. Go ahead and take out this Erdtree avatar for the Lord's Rune. Go past this staircase and you're going to find a Smithing Stone 6. Now down these steps and to the left, we're going to drop off. We're going to be heading underground. We're going to be going after some more Smithing Stone 7s and the Lord of Blood's Exultation. So drop all the way to the bottom. Get your sleep pots ready. We're going to put these 2 lobsters asleep. There's one here, right below the pipe. There's Smithing Stone 7s here. Then near the other lobster is going to be another set of Smithing Stone 7s and Mohg Shackle. After putting this lobster to sleep, make sure to pick up those items. If you continue west from this position, there's going to be an opening in the wall to get to the Landell Catacombs. Go ahead and go through them. Open up the boss door from the side of Grace. You're going to head directly west. In this next boss room, you're going to find Esgar, Priest of Blood. He's also accompanied by 2 dogs. So try to take out the dogs if you can, or go after Esgar. Now don't equip this talisman just yet. The next boss we're going to be fighting is going to be immune to bleed. So go to the Avenue Balcony side of Grace. And we're going to go to this point, just west of it. You're going to drop down again. But let's level up first. We're going to put 1 point into strength. Then you're going to head down the stairs. Drop off to the left, which is about southwest. Go up the next set of stairs. And there's going to be an Omen Killer that you're going to fight. He's going to drop the Omen Smirk mask, which when equipped grants 2 points into strength. We're going to use that when we're up against an enemy that does not bleed. So go ahead and continue on. We're going to go to the round table here. There's going to be some items we're going to pick up. Mainly golden runes, some upgrade material. There's a sanctified wet blade. There's going to be a rune arc. This hero's rune is a high value rune as well. Now let's go ahead and continue on to the boss. We're going to be fighting Godfrey, first Elden Lord. He's immune to blood, so go ahead and unequip the white mask. I believe I forget to unequip it, but go ahead and unequip it and put on the Omen Smirk mask. And this is the second guide in a row where I get another lucky drop. So for Godfrey, I mainly did rolling R1s, as this one is pretty mobile to me. You can get 1 AoW at the beginning, but not the follow-up. Here, you'll get a chance to see the damage of the Grave Scythe if you go with R1 attacks like I do. If you're on PlayStation, that is. For any other platform, I'm talking about the light attacks. So when his health gets low, get your gold pickle foul foot ready. I consume it right after I deal the last hit. And we have our final talisman pouch. So now you can go ahead and equip the Lord of Blood's Exultation. So you'll also have the Star Scourge Heirloom, the Wing Sword Insignia, and the Ritual Sword Talisman. Let's go ahead and level up. We're going to put 3 points into Strength. We have Morgott coming up, so make sure you have a Gold Pickle Foulfoot equipped, and equip Morgott's Shackle for an easier Morgott fight. If you want more of a challenge, you can fight him without the Shackle. If you use a Shackle, there's not much to say other than you have 2 chances to use it before he enters into Phase 2. If you don't use a Shackle, I recommend just trying to strafe him and stay behind him. So down goes Morgott. Let's go ahead and talk to Malenia. She's going to give us the rolled medallion. Now we have access to the mountaintops. Go ahead and consume golden runes, the Lord's rune, and also the remembrance. We're going to level up. We're going to put 5 points into strength. Then we're going to head to the rolled lift and use the medallion. So once you enter the mountaintops, you're going to find the map fragment straight ahead and the first site of grace. You're going to want to head directly south near this mark. We're going to be getting the Smithing Miner's Bell bearing number 3. We can turn this into the Twin Maiden Husk to get unlimited access to purchase smithing stones 5s and 6. Next, I'm going to mark 2 spots near this telescope, and in this spot, the first mark is going to have a golden seed. Second mark is going to have the site of grace we want to pick up. Before we get there though, you want to get this site of grace as well. This is going to be just past the archer that's shooting you as you cross the bridge. Ancient Snow Valley Ruins. Go ahead and pick up the golden seed. And then go to the next site of grace. From here, we're going to head west. We're going here to this minor Erdtree. It's going to be an easy area boss to get some easy runes. This second marker has a site of grace, and the third marker is going to be Castle Sol for going after Commander Niall. So these avatars are weak to fire. You can fight it with the Grave Scythe, or you can use the Flame of Frenzy as well. Once it's defeated, go ahead and go to the Snow Valley Ruins Overlook Site of Grace. You're going to want to level up there. We're going to put 1 point into Strength. Then head north to Castle Sol and go after Commander Niall. He has 2 Spectral Banished Knights that he's going to summon. I usually go for the one dual-wielding the Great Swords on the right side. After he goes down, I go after the one with the shield. And then it's a one-on-one with Commander Niall. For Commander Niall, he has area of effect attacks that causes frostbite buildup. He also swings around his halberd. He has a jump attack that comes down and does lightning damage. He also has a lightning kick that he does from the ground. So just try to watch out for those. You can get in jump attacks, rolling R1s. If you can get behind him, you can get the first part of the Ash of War. Sometimes he does that attack and will get tired. That'll be your opportunity to do the full Ash of War on him. I don't believe he does it to me on this fight, but he usually does it on most of the times I fight him. So after a long drawn out fight, Commander Niall's finally down. Go ahead and head up the lift. You're going to find the other half to the Haligtree secret medallion. We got the first half in part 1. Now you can go back to the rolled lift, and when you stand on the lift to use it, you want to choose left or right and hoist Secret Medallion. This will take you to the Consecrated Snowfields. Head all the way to Ordina Liturgical Town. Directly east, there's going to be a Putrid Avatar. This one's like the one we fought in part 1. It has a jump attack that does damage with Scarlet Rot and also causes Scarlet Rot buildup. Not only are we fighting this enemy for easy runes, but it's going to drop one of the last tiers that we need, the Thorny Crack tier. This is stacked with the Wingsword Insignia, and if we had it, Millicent's Prosthesis. It builds up a successive attack power. Don't forget to consume a Gold Pip of Alpha for the rune boost. And now we have the Thorny Crack tier. Let's go ahead and warp back to the Ordina site of Grace. And we're going to put this in our Physic. So in our Physic, we're going to want to have the Faith tier and the Thorny Crack tier. Those are going to be our main 2 tiers for the next few boss fights until we get to 33 Faith. So go ahead and enter the Everjail. There's going to be 4 candles that you need to light up. If you dial while you're in here, it's okay. Your lighting up of the candles progress is saved. So with the 4 candles lit up, just directly north, there's going to be a teleporter. This is going to take us to Miquella's Haligtree. Let's go ahead and stop at this first site of Grace. We're going to put 2 points into Vigor and 2 points into Strength. So before we continue on, let's go to this mark in the Consecrated Snowfields. It's just west of the inner Consecrated Snowfield site of Grace, the Yellow Annex Tunnel. We're here to pick up upgrade material. There's going to be 8 Smithing Stone 8s and an Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. This is going to be so we can get our Grave Scythe to max, to plus 25. So if you've been following along, you should have all the Smithing Stone 7s and 8s that I do, at least 12 7s, and at least 12 8s, and at least 1 Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Let's go ahead and warp to Smithing Master EG and upgrade our Grave Scythe to max, to plus 25. Since we got the Smithing Bell Bearing 3, let's go ahead and turn that into the Twin Maiden Husk at the round table. And we're going to buy enough Smithing Stone 5s and 6s so we can upgrade our Clawmark Seal to at least plus 18. I had a couple of Smithing Stone 7s left over, so I was able to get it to plus 19. Next, let's go back to the Haligtree. We're going to be going after Loretta, Royal Knight of the Haligtree. With Loretta, you want to watch out for her Glint Blade Phalanx that she casts. She also has a ranged attack that shoots a single shot in phase 1. In phase 2, it shoots multiple beams. It's around 3 or 4. But when you can, get the Ash of Warren. If you can get a bleed proc, this will stagger her, and you can do the follow-up to the Ash of War. So in this fight, we're also going to use a gold pickle Foulfoot. So make sure you have that ready. Once she gets to low health, consume it immediately and get the rune boost. Let's go ahead and level up. We're going to put 3 points into Vigor and 1 point into Strength. Next, we're going to start Millicent's quest. So let's head to the Celia under Stairside of Grace. Head southwest to this mark. We're going to be going after Commander O'Neill. If you sneak up behind him, you can attack him while he's unaware. He's going to drop us the unalloyed needle that we're going to take to Sage Gallery, directly east of this position. So again, directly east around this mark is where you're going to find Gowry. Go ahead and talk to him. He's going to take the needle, but ask for you to come back. You can quit out to reload the area. He'll give you the repaired unalloyed gold needle. Go to the Church of the Plague. Give it to Millicent. Then you're going to rest at the site of Grace. And then talk to Millicent again and exhaust your dialogue.
My name is Millicent.
So next, head back to Sage Gowry's shack. So you either need to rest at that Grace or warp to a different Grace. Then head to the shack. Talk to Millicent again. Exhaust your dialogue again. Next, we're going to the Shaded Castle. I'm also going to put a mark where Millicent is. She's near the Erdtree Gazing Hill site of Grace, around that mark. But first, let's go get the Valkyrie's Prosthesis. So once you grab the Valkyrie's Prosthesis in the Shaded Castle, head to the Erdtree Gazing Hill site of Grace. Give it to Millicent. You're going to exhaust your dialogue again. And now we're going to be heading to the Windmill Village. We're going to be heading to this mark. There's going to be a Godskin Apostle that we're going to fight. Again, you can cheese him by crafting sleep pots. Go around the windmill and behind him. Chuck it at him. Then put on your buffs and take him out. So once you take him out, go ahead and rest at the site of Grace that appears. Millicent will then show up. Exhaust her dialogue here. And we're going back to the mountaintops. We're going to be going to the ancient Snow Valley Ruins site of Grace. She's going to be right next to it. Exhaust her dialogue here. Next, we're going back to Miquella's Haligtree. Past the Haligtree Promenade, which is where we fought Loretta. You're going to find Millicent down the lift and in this church. Go ahead and exhaust her dialogue here. Head through to near this mark. We're going to be going to the Drainage Channel site of Grace. Put 2 points into Strength. Directly west, you're going to go to this area. There's going to be an ulcerated tree spirit we're going to fight. Now you can fight it hand-to-hand combat, or you can go above it like I did and just cast a Flame of Frenzy against it. This enemy is weak to fire damage, which is a damage type of the Flame of Frenzy. You want to watch out for any of the head attacks or any of the attacks that this enemy does. Even though you're above it, for some reason the hitbox can still get you. Also, when it explodes, it can still hit you up there as well. And it does Scarlet Rot buildup and also damage to you. So if you get staggers, you can go in for the critical, or you can do a complete Ash of War on it. So once you take out this enemy, you're going to be rewarded with the golden seed. Now you also have access to finish Millicent's quest line. Make sure that you choose the Be Summoned to Assist Millicent option. If you choose to go against Millicent, you'll get a weaker version of the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia. You'll get Millicent's Prosthesis. For this NG cycle, we're going to want the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia. If you choose to take this character into New Game Plus, then you can get Millicent's Prosthesis there, and you can actually get it pretty much at the start of the game as soon as you access Altus Plateau. You basically still have to give her the Valkyrie's Prosthesis and fight the Godskin Apostle, but you kill her there right after fighting the Godskin Apostle. Then you get Millicent's Prosthesis. But here, we have the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, so let's go ahead and swap out the Wing Sword Insignia for the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia. This builds up our attack power on successive attacks more than the Wing and Sword Insignia does. So go ahead and warp to the drainage channel side of Grace. Let's spend our runes. We're going to put 1 point into Strength. Continue on towards the Malenia boss fight. We aren't going to fight her just yet, but we are going to get the Grace. Right above the lift that goes down to her, you can get the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman. This negates all physical damage by 20% when equipped. So here we are at the boss fog to Malenia, but we're going to be going after the Fire Giant next, and he's near that area. So here he is with the map open. Just west of the side of Grace, near the Fire Giant though, we're going to pick up another Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone and another Sacred Tear at the church there on the second mark. So once you pick up both items, go ahead and warp back to the foot of the forge side of Grace, head east, and we're going after Fire Giant. Now with Fire Giant, phase 1, I like to stay near his left foot. That's going to be his weaker foot. There's going to be a chain that breaks off, and then you can get an easy Ash of War full combo on him. You want to watch out for his attacks with his shield. He also has a stomp attack. He also has flaming balls that he can shoot at you. And he does a lot of rolling. So he's about to enter phase 2, and I do try to put on Bloodflame Blade again. However, he does this charging attack on me, and I just go in and send him into phase 2. If you have time, try to put your buffs on before phase 2 starts. At the beginning of phase 2, I put on Bloodflame Blade, then go for his right hand and do a full Ash of War combo. After that, I'll run away from him, and I'm going to put on Golden Vow. I should have put on Hellish Brewery as well, so you can fully buff up again. Once he's done doing this volcano attack, you can go back in and try to stay as close to and in front of him as possible. Watch out for the flaming balls that he conjures, and watch out for when he rolls. You can punish his left hand attack, or this one, he does a single right hand attack and then a double slam down. The double slam down you can punish. The single fist slam you can sometimes punish if you're close enough. Either way, just stay in front of him and near him and try to punish his attacks as much as possible. So if you have a gold pick with Falfa, you can use it. I only had one left, and I'm saving it for the Godskin Duo fight in Crumbling Missoula. So with the Fire Giant down, let's go ahead and level up. We're going to put 3 points into Strength. And next, we're going to talk to Malenia so she can offer herself up and send us to Crumbling Missoula. Now on the pathway, there's going to be the Ancient Dragon Prayer Book. This is going to give you access to Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike. Here we are just outside of the Godskin Duo boss fight. Go ahead and craft as many sleep pots as possible. Equip them. There's going to be a summon sign that you can use if you'd like. Also, equip the gold pick of Falfa if you have it, or if you can craft it, you can craft some as well. Here's Recusant Bernal, who you can use to help you if you'd like. Basically, you just want to put them to sleep. Put on your buffs after they're both asleep. And it should be a very easy Godskin Duo fight. So as soon as the duo goes down, consume the gold pick with Falfa. We now get the Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing 4, which we'll turn in later to the Twin Maiden Husk. First, let's go ahead and level up. We'll put 2 points into Vigor, 1 point into Strength. And now, we're going for our last talisman. We're going for the Shard of Alexander. So go ahead and use your Stone Sword keys to go up the lift. Grab the Grace. But before continuing forward, we're going to head back to Radagon's arena. You're going to want to talk to Alexander here and exhaust his dialogue. Next, we're going to Mount Gelmir. We're going to Fort Lead first. This is optional. You can get the Fire Scorpion charm since it's on the way. Just south of this location, we're going to talk to Alexander. Exhaust his dialogue here. Now, warp back to the Dragon Temple lift site of Grace. Continue forward. Talk to Alexander. Have a little sparring session with him. You're going to exhaust his dialogue. And he's going to give you the Shard of Alexander. This is going to boost your weapon art damage by 15% when equipped. So go ahead and equip it. Swap it out for the Star Scourge Heirloom. And here's our full talisman loadout. We have the Rotten Wing Sword Insignia, Ritual Sword Talisman, Shard of Alexander, Lord of Blood's Exultation, and in our Physic we have the Thorny tier and the Faith tier. Next, let's go ahead and head back to the round table. We're going to talk to the Twin Maiden Husk and offer the Smithing Bell Bearing 4. You're going to want to purchase enough 7s and 8s so we can get our Claw Mark Seal to plus 24. And with the Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, we can max it out to plus 25. So go ahead and head back to the Dragon Temple lift site of Grace. Continue on forward towards Maliketh. Here, I'm showing you with Frenzied Burst, you can easily take out the birds. Usually I just run past them, but you can easily take them down. There was a site of Grace right before them if you need to allocate more FP pots instead. Here, I usually take out this dragon because it starts off with less than half health. It gives you an Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone, and just southeast of it, there's also an Ancient Dragon Somber Stone. So continue on through. Right before Maliketh's boss fog, we're going to fight the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Now I try to go for rolling R1s or jumping R2s, which are rolling light attacks or jumping heavy attacks. So once you take him out, let's go back to the beside the Great Bridge site of Grace. We're going to spend our runes. We're going to put 1 point into Endurance. And next, we have Maliketh. With Maliketh, you want to dodge his jabs and his first attack side to side. When he does his slam down attack, this one, you can either step back or roll like I did. If you step back, you can do the first part of the Stormcaller Ash of War. I usually roll right or roll away from the quick attacks. When he does that swipe attack, you can try to run behind him on his left if you're quick enough. So here, since he's doing an area attack, I take the opportunity to refill my buffs since they've all ran out. Put on Bloodflame Blade and Haligtree. I should have started off with Golden Vow. Once you reapply your buffs, get ready to send them into phase 2. So here, we're going to be sending him into phase 2. You're going to want to step away from him. After he does a swipe, run into him and do the full Ash of War combo. Now luckily that roaring attack doesn't do any damage if you get hit by it. So I try to stay as near to him as possible, but I only do R1s just in case he starts this, Destined Death. If you try to start the Stormcaller Ash of War while he's winding up for Destined Death, it's pretty much guaranteed death. So with Maliketh down, we're going to be sent to Lane Dell, capital of Ash. Before we fight Gideon, let's go ahead and level up. We're going to put 3 points into strength. Now for Gideon, I unfortunately died to him the first time. Once you die to him once, for me, the boss fight becomes infinitely harder. However, luckily we have a maxed out Claw Mark seal, which it gets a B in strength and a B in faith. We have 70 strength and 33 faith with the faith tier. This gives us about a 280 incant scaling. So you can just hang back and keep on hitting him with a fully charged Frenzy Burst. And that's how you can easily get Gideon if you die to him on the first attempt. Let's go ahead and spend his runes. We're going to put 2 points into strength. Next fight's going to be against Godfrey. With Godfrey, you want to watch out for his area of effect stomp attacks. You also want to watch out for when he slams his axe down. This will cause an explosion that you can get caught up in. For the most part, I just do jumping heavy attacks or rolling light attacks. So he's going to be entering phase 2. You want to walk away from him. You can get the first part of the Ash of War. So with Godfrey down, let's go ahead and level up. We're going to put 3 points into strength. Before we continue on to Radagon and Elden Beast, we're going back for Placidusax. So go ahead and head down. Enter the boss arena. Now, even though we can bleed this boss, he does not proc the Lord of Blood's Exultation or the White Mask. So let's go ahead and do some swapping. We're going to swap out the White Mask for the Omen Smirk Mask. And we're going to swap out the Lord of Blood's Exultation. You can go with the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman, the Green Turtle Talisman, the Star Scourge Heirloom, or the Two Finger Heirloom for more incant scaling, although I didn't highlight it. I end up going with the Green Turtle Talisman since I'm going to be doing a lot of running against this boss. So I like the stamina recovery. When you buff, first put on your Physic, then Golden Vow, and then Blood Flame Blade. I don't put on Haligtree until after the first round of Red Lightning. Then after the second round of Red Lightning, I'll refill my FP. So my strategy for this boss has been to attack him near his tail. This will cause him to do fire back towards you. So just run away and then get back in there and attack the tail. This will cause him to swing around. He's going to do a swipe attack at you. You want to roll through it. Then you want to roll towards his tail again and run with it. Once you're out of danger from the fire, go ahead and do a full Stormcaller Ash of War combo. So here he's going to start teleporting away. Once he starts doing this, you want to go towards the nearest wall. And every time he teleports, you want to basically just keep on going towards the nearest wall. The reason we're going to do this is so that when he starts doing lasers, his back is going to be against the wall and you're going to be 100% safe and able to unleash the full fury of Stormcaller on him. So now, when he comes back from this teleport, he's going to start doing his laser attack. If you've been going towards the wall, you're in a completely safe position to fully do the Stormcaller weapon art combo on him. And down goes Placidusax. Let's go ahead and spend his runes. We're going to put 2 points into Vigor and 2 points into Strength. Next, let's go ahead and go after a Radagon and Elden beast. So go ahead and warp to the Elden throne. You can keep the same setup, except instead of the green turtle talisman, I went with the dagger talisman. You can go with the Star Scourge heirloom if you want more base damage, but I went with the dagger talisman for more damage on the criticals, and you will get at least 1 or 2 criticals on Radagon. So here, he's going to be going into the Elden beast phase. So once you take him out, put on as many buffs as you can. I put on Haligtree. Refill your FP or HP. Go straight at Elden beast. Now I open up with aspects of the Crucible tail fully charged. The reason I did this was with that incantation and the full Stormcaller weapon art combo, I was hoping to get a stagger on Elden beast, but either I wasn't quick enough or the full combo didn't connect of Stormcaller. Now usually he'll fly away and do the ring, or if you see him swimming like this, run towards him and this will put him in the melee phase, which is a lot easier to punish than any of his other phases. Now eventually he started doing the ring. Once you see him do the ring, turn around and run away from him. Jump the ring and get ready for him to appear right in front of you. Congratulations, you beat the game. However, there is still a couple more shard bears I'd like to go after. So after you level up and put 4 points into Vigor and 1 into Endurance, let's go to the Haligtree root site of Grace, and we're going after Malenia. So with Malenia, she does bleed and proc the White Mask and the Lord of Blood's Exultation. So let's go ahead and swap those back in. The best advice I can give you for this fight is to watch out for waterfowl. She usually starts doing it when you take off about 1/3 of her life. If you carry kukris or throwing knives on you, you can bait it out by throwing them at her if you're at a safe distance. Then you can just run away from it, and I usually roll into the 3rd round of waterfowl. So here, she's going to be going into phase 2. Unlock your camera, run underneath her, and then to the right, you can put on Blood Flame Blade, and get ready to go into attack her after the onion disperses. And down goes Malenia.
The mark of a true.
Now we're going to level up here. We're going to put 5 points into Faith. And we're going to be going after the last shard bearer. We're going after Mohg. So go to the Dynasty Mausoleum midpoint site of Grace. We're going to do a physic swap. We're going to swap out the Faith tier for the Strength tier. So we're going to have the Thorny Crack tier and the Strength Not Crystal tier in our physic. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a talisman swap. We're going to swap out one of our talismans for the 2-finger heirloom. This will give us 33 Faith so we can cast Haligtree. So we're going to put on all of our buffs, and after we put on Haligtree, we're going to swap back to our original talisman. For me, that's going to be the Shard of Alexander. So here, I'm going to go ahead and swap back to my talisman after I walk through the boss fog. With Mohg, there isn't much to say, especially if you picked up Mohg's Shackle. Just get near him, use the Shackle, and do a full Stormcaller AoW combo on him. if you're using a Shackle, you want to make sure that you don't bring him past the 50% HP threshold, because then he's going to start doing knee go. Here, you can go ahead and use your second charge of the Shackle and finish off Mohg. And that's it. You beat all the Shard Bearers in Elden Ring using a Grave Scythe and the Stormcaller Ash of War. So let's go ahead and level up. We're going to put 5 points into Faith, and we're going to reach 33 Faith, and you won't have to do any more talisman swaps if you're taking this build into New Game Plus. So put us at level 140. And that's it. You beat Elden Ring. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Please join the Discord if you haven't done so yet. There's also going to be a link in the description. If you have any weapon build requests or any Ash of War you'd like me to build around and see a full guide for, you can leave it in the comments section. So if you do plan on going into New Game Plus, you can get Millicent's Prosthesis. Here, I'm going to show you the point where you can get it. You can take her out just after taking out the Godskin Apostle. If you take this talisman, I'd recommend swapping out the Ritual Sword talisman for Millicent's Prosthesis. Also, another fun Ash of War is Spinning Strikes. Here, I'll show you the full build with Spinning Strikes against Mohg in New Game Plus. And if you stayed this long, here's a preview of our next full game build guide. It's going to be focused around the Mraize Executioner Sword, one of my favorite weapons in the game. Again, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. Join the Discord, there's a link in the description. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.